Salutations, everybody. Welcome back. It is me. Sorry, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. Sorry. Little Eric B. and Rakim. School's been schooling, life's been lifing. It's been really difficult lately. I've just been trying to soldier on, and it's not been phenomenal. But I've finally had a little time, and I've just, again, a little piece of my collection. What we're going to be getting into is my melt collection. So today we're going to be digging into my melt collection, as you can see. I haven't purchased anything from Melt since like 2021, so this is everything encapsulated since 2021 that I've purchased from Melt. Some palettes have been more, I've combined them, so let's just get into it. I'm just going to show you my Melt collection and talk a little bit about it. Okay. This is actually a backup. I had a impulsive palette come, and it came like, I think, damaged. So here's the impulse palette and a magnetic palette, and I think just some singles from, I don't know which palette, but they're magnetic, as you can see. So here's some of that. Here is the Amor y Mariposas. Yeah? Yep, Amor y Mariposas. Amor y Mariposas. Like, my Spanish is rusty. And here's that palette. Smaller pans. This whole row of pasty shades is completely unnecessary. They could have had 2 shades. I think they could have had like maybe a nice a mustardy shade and maybe a beigey shade. They didn't need a whole row, but there's that. Here was my replacement impulsive palette, and here we go. Here it is. Here it is. It's actually really good, honestly. It's just clunky as all get out. Like, look how thick it is. It is that clunky. It's legit that clunky. Okay, I do have a couple of stacks. This is the haze stack. Let's see if I can get these to pop open. Okay, here's the haze stack. Here is the shapeshift stack. So it's not really special shades per se. I mean, there is a duochrome, but it's kind of weak sauce. But yeah, it's the shapeshifts. Yeah, shapeshift stack. I have She's in Parties. Okay, She's in Party stack. There may be an added shade in there, and one came shattered, so yeah. Let's make it do what it do. The Blueprint stack. Okay, Blueprint stack with some extras tacked onto it, but yeah, here's the Blueprint stack with some extras. This is the Baby Girl stack. Okay, and that is the Baby Girl stack. I would love for them to turn the Baby Girl stack into a full-fledged palette. I feel like that would make a beautiful palette. And maybe put a beautiful, like, solid, smooth duochrome in there. Yeah. Melt does mattes very well. Well, they did. But shimmers, metallics were never their forte. Gunmetal stack. This is just the industrial, like, grayscale stack. Oh. And here is the gunmetal stack. Just basically grayscale. And I think the last of my stacks, I might have one more, but the last one I have right up at the top is Lovesick. Okay, and here is my Lovesick stack. Boom, 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 boom. The Lovesick stack. Bow. Up next is the Mary Jane. I love it just the same. Mary Jane. Mary Jane palette, a grayscale palette. I swapped out 2 colors in it, so you're gonna see 2 colors that are not originally in there. So yeah. I took the 2 mattes out of the Smoke Sessions palette. I had 4 Smoke Sessions palettes. That's how fragile those sapsuckers are. Like, they're terrible. Like, terrible. Love the color story. Beautiful, but terrible on how fragile they are. So I just plucked them in here. Hey. So I just plucked them in and put them in my palette. And I kind of like it even better. Here is She's in Parties. And here it is. Look at that beauty. She's a beauty. Here is the Blueprint palette. I did move a few colors around. I think I gave it more mattes. Yeah. Here is the Brunette palette. I flipped this one up too. I made this one a little bit more brown, deeper skin tone friendly. I like it better. Now the other one was the shade of Biergarten. So shades of cervezas, shades of beer, which is cool. I don't drink, so I don't give a rat's tail on the shades of cervezas, on the shades of beer. So I just like the color story. So I made this one. Here's Radioactive. Here is the Radioactive color story. This is one of the worst qualities I've ever used. It is so terrible. No lie. Not 1 but 2 Smoke Sessions. I told you I've gone through 4. So there are 4. There have been 4 Smoke Sessions in my possession. 1 came completely and utterly shattered and only had one solid shade, 1 shade. And I was able to pry the matte and put it in the Mary Jane palette. Another had 1 other shade that was usable. So I had to get them replaced. So these are my replacements. And let me show you. They still came damaged. Just not as bad. So let me open them up for you. Okay. Now as you can see, this shade Blue Dream came completely out of the pan. So did Gravity OG. It's just pressed. Same with this one. It came out. Granddaddy as well. A lot of these just came out of the pan. It was literally me just pressing them back in there. But both came damaged. These were the 2 least damaged. So, I got to keep these from the 2 least damaged palettes. So, what can you do? The palette that set me off on a palette journey on loving this brand that everybody had me hyped up loving it was this one, the Gemini palette. Mine is in good condition. No mold, no flora or fauna growing on it. I have to check my palettes. You have to. It smells. You gotta check them. Here is, again, Gemini. In the new package, I bought it part of the bundle. Here's the new one with the pretty new embossings. Part of the bundle with the pretty new embossings. It's so pretty. I couldn't have stopped myself because I wanted the second one that came with it. Gemini 2. Part 2. Oh, see? Now it has some schmutz growing on it. Grand. You really do have to watch your melt palettes. Look at that. Look at that bulk. See that? That just pisses me off. Ain't that some bullshit? Look at that. Yeah, pisses me off. I'm just like, yep. This makes me not ever want to buy melt ever again. Essentially, you just buy for the aesthetic, but I'm not. I'm literally going to pry that shade out and throw it or contact customer service. I can't remember if I bought it off their website or if I bought it off of Sephora. I can't even remember. It's been a hot minute since I purchased any melt products. 2021, 2022 was the last time I purchased melt products. And that's over 2 years ago. And dang nabbit. Here is the Rust palette. Again, with a couple of shades from a salvaged Smoke Sessions. Yep, at the end, you can see a couple of those Smoke Sessions shades. Oh my gosh, the alliteration. Say that 4 times fast. Good gravy. And here is the 27 palette. And here is the inside of the 27 palette. I switched out some shades. Definitely switched out some shades. The Millennial Pinks, I definitely switched out some shades. I took out those ugly, and I felt they were ugly. The navy blues and the grays. I took those out. And I turned it into this. I like it better. It's called Pinks. Why not make it purpley pink? With like a really, really dark black and purple. The Lambasted 420 palette with the great lenticular packaging. Great packaging. Beautiful color story. Let's open it real quick. Beautiful color story. Only one shimmer. And beautiful color story. There are 3 shades in here I've used the most that I've had okay success with. Shotgun, Faded, and was it Wax? As you can see, those are the shades that have been used the most. That get, I guess, the most impact for me. You gotta work with it, but I don't feel like I should babysit it, handhold it, treat it to a pork tenderloin dinner with extra pickle, extra onion, extra mustard, extra ketchup, and a load of loaded fries, tater tots, onion rings, and a malt, and a side salad for it to literally show up on my eyeballs. You know what I mean? It's not that deep. It's eyeshadow. I need it to show up. It should not be this much work. The 2 favorites, the Amor Eternal collection, Muerte and Vida. Let's open up Vida. Here is Vida. It's beautiful. Just a beautiful light bright palette. Very gorgeous. I'm not getting rid of this. Even if it does start growing stuff on it, I'm keeping it. This is just part of makeup memories. And here's the inside of Muerte. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad I got my hands on it. This is back before brands really doing reds, deep reds, bright reds, mid-tone reds, and navy blues and stuff like that. Melt was really doing it. They were one of the only brands I had in my collection that really did really good red matte shadows. It was Melt and only Melt. And we have the two Beetlejuice palettes, which are great since Beetlejuice 2 is coming out shortly. I'm not excited. I don't know. I'm not excited about anything. No, I'm not really excited about too much lately, just considering what's going on in the world and in my life. So, in my friends' lives. But it looks thrilling, honestly. The juice is loose. It's showtime. It's yay. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. So, let's take a gander inside these real quick. Here is the insert. Like, the cellophane is just the beautiful part. I never got rid of it. It's like a scene from the movie. And here is the color story of the palette. It's very repetitive, but it's still very beautiful. The purples, I feel like they could have varied the purples. Same thing with the greens. They should have kept the dark green, and this yellow. But these two shades, they could have worked on these two. And same thing with, like, these three. They essentially look the same. Like, there's not much variation. And then here's, like, Miss Argentine, or the woman sawed in half. I love this. So gorgeous. So cool. That scene from inside the film. Here is the inside. Again, red mattes, black, gray, shimmer, white. They did not need all the reds, but I get the color scheme because of, like, the Lydia Dietz dress and the certain scenes from the film as to in the Miss Argentine. Like, I totally understand the color schemes. I just feel like this could have been pared down, and it could have been paired with some other colors to just make it pop a little more, you know what I mean? Just to give it a little bit more oomph. But that's just me. But still, I'm happy I have it, and it's still gorgeous. And I don't know why some of Melt's shades go off and some don't, because I've had this longer than the Gemini 2, and these are fine. These came out holiday, 2020? That's going on 4 years, and these are fine. Well, thank you so much for sticking around for the last 20 minutes just to watch my collection. That's all I have on Melt. They have not interested me on anything, really. My collector mentality for them has just waned. I have not wanted to grab anything. Even with all the sales, nothing has really made me, like, go, ooh, grab it, buy, gimme. Nothing. So, I've been good. Melt has been something. Now, especially after you saw the growth on the Gemini 2 palette. So, I was like, ugh. Do I want it? No, I think I may not want anything again from Melt. But I'm not trying to discourage anybody from loving on Melt and or getting anything. I have liquid lipsticks from them and a blush lighter that is honestly bomb.com, and I wouldn't change finding those formulas and using those for anything. Sorry for the rambles. Like, I'm gonna try to like tidy this up. So let's just hit it. Let's just bring this to a close, y'all. I'm so tired. Midterms, working 100+ hours every pay period. I'm just exhausted. So peace easy. Thank you so much for sticking around. And I know I haven't been around for like a month or so, but thank you so much for just hanging in there with me. Take care of yourselves. Just do me solid. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Wash your hands. Wash your arse. Be good. Be safe. Please tell somebody that you're thinking of them. When I tell you, we are not promised tomorrow. We are not guaranteed nothing. Zilch, nothing. Nada. Let somebody you know that you're thinking of them. Just tell them. Tell them hello. Tell them you love them. Heck, tell them that you're pissed that they stepped on your pumas and that you need to squash the beef. I don't care. Just reach out to them, because you never know when it's going to be the last time, okay? Just reach out to them. That's all I got to say. Thank you again so much for rocking with me so hard. You guys, you don't know how much I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you in the next video. I don't know when it's coming, but there will be another one shortly. Peace easy. I'll see you around. Bye.